Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of We Are Forza Podcast. Oh, sorry. To another episode of We Are Forza Podcast. Today with me, I have Equinox. Hi, Equinox. How are you doing?
Hi, Robi. I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. I'm sorry with my voice sound a little weird. I have been very sick, so yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, people. I promise I won't sing. So, but yeah, it's a little okay. Now let's stop talking about me and let's talk about you, Equinox. Okay, so for those who don't know, Equinox is a painter, a tuner. He has a YouTube channel. He's racing in championship right now, and he also takes nice photos. He does a lot of things on Forza. So now we will try to get to know a little more about him and Forza. So let's see. First question: what's the first Forza game you have ever played?
that was Forza Horizon 4 back in 2019. I joined the franchise very late.
Yeah.
I think it was update 14 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And both DLCs were already out. And yeah, I got a good deal on an Xbox One S for just 130 euros.
Yeah.
And back when the game was announced in summer
Yeah.
of 2018, I was tweeting to my friends like, "Oh my God, excuse me, I have to buy an Xbox right now." When I saw this showcase with the hoverboard,
Mm-hmm.
hovercraft, and that was just so mind blowing with the weather effects and everything. Yeah, but I only came around the next year to actually
Okay.
buy a console.
You are the first person in this podcast that started playing Forza after me. So it's very nice. I started in 2018, so yeah, it was a little before Forza Horizon 4 was released. So it was in January. So, and then in that summer of 2018, Forza Horizon 4 was for, you could already pre-purchase the game. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, first one. And what's your favorite car?
I think it's in Forza Horizon 5, the um, Porsche 911 GT3 from 2021. It's
Yeah.
just, it looks great. It's easy to drive, even in stock configuration. Back when it was on the playlist for the monthly rivals, I did, I think, about 450, 500 laps on this car just because it was so nice to drive. And I tried to get a better time, but yeah, I think I landed in the top 1,500 or so. But yeah, I love this car. I have two of that in my garage, and it's my favorite.
But it's also your favorite in real life?
In real life, it's the Porsche Cayman 718 Cayman GT4 RS.
Okay.
It has the same engine, but
Okay.
it's mid-engine and
Yeah.
it's a smaller car. So
Okay.
it looks great too, but it feels like it lost a bit of the fat that the 911 has.
Okay.
Um, it sounds insane, and yeah, I really hope that this gets added to Forza Horizon 5 or Forza Motorsport, so I can drive it,
Can drive
experience
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's hope. There's so many Porsche cars
Fingers
in the
crossed.
game, so let's hope for one more. I like. Well, and do you have a favorite track? It can be in Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport. It doesn't matter.
Um, Actually, it's Playa Azul Circuit in Forza Horizon 5.
Okay.
It just flows very well.
Yeah.
Um, I think you can almost full throttle like 75, 80% of this track um, in my favorite class, in
Yeah.
A class. Um, but yeah, I like this track. It's just the environment is nice on the coast with the small town that you
Yeah.
drive through.
And do you have a least favorite track?
Yes. Amble, Amble Side Village Circuit and Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. I really
It's
don't
just
like it.
90 degrees. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. And I recently went back to Forza Horizon 4 now
yeah,
that you can 100% it again
yeah,
because the rivals percentage was fixed. And,
yeah.
and Ambleside Village was on the menu
No,
in S1 Ferraris, and I think also in another season in S2 hypercars or extreme track toys. So it was
no.
like I never left like third gear around this track
Yeah, I
anymore.
no.
No,
Yeah,
nah,
it's.
I just don't like this.
I totally understand you because I don't like it either. When did you realize you liked cars? That you said, I like cars.
Oh,
Were
I mean,
you?
I've always fixated on things. Like
Mm,
when you were little, you choose a topic, and that's
yeah,
either dinosaurs or it's Egyptology or
yeah,
it's cars. And yeah, I bought car magazines, or I read the car magazines that my family bought from a very young age.
mm,
I watched car races,
yeah,
mostly Formula One on TV, like
yeah,
from 1990,
mm,
1991. Um, back in, I think it was also 1991 or 1992. I visited a touring car race live
yeah,
in my hometown. That was also an intense experience to see what you normally see on TV, and it's toned down in sound. It was just loud,
yeah,
really loud, and yeah, um, that I think from there it started and evolved, and like I I remember a lot of things, like
mm,
the wrong things sometimes, but back then in the 90s I could name every car on the road.
okay,
And when we were doing trips somewhere, I was like, oh, look at this car, this is a, and I was listing specs
yeah,
that I read
yeah,
in the car magazine.
okay. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah,
And I think 1998 or 1999 with
yeah,
Need for Speed 3, the original Hot Pursuit. That was my first racing game.
okay.
And then there was a huge pause, a huge delay between Need for Speed Porsche in 2000 and then
Mm,
19 years later, Forza Horizon 4.
okay.
And
So,
this,
so you mean in these 19 years you hadn't played any racing game?
no.
Okay.
In this time frame, I played Diablo, I played
Yeah,
StarCraft, Age of Empires,
yeah,
more like strategy and action adventures, and less the racing games. I think I got
yeah,
Blur for PC, but my PC wasn't able to run it very well, and yeah,
yeah.
I was just preoccupied with different things at that time.
Yeah, I understand. So, since you named the Diablo, are you going to play Diablo 4? That would be very,
Yeah, I
yeah,
missed the server slam. I
yeah,
saw it and then I thought, oh no, 70 gigabytes download.
yeah. I
I won't
know.
make it. I won't make it.
Yeah, I know. When we had the first free play, well, in March, so after I had the uh, I forgot. I had canceled it from my computer. Well, from my Xbox. And I saw, no, I have to download it again. Because after I saw it was the same file, they would have gotten an update. And yes, I had to download it. But luckily I have a pretty fast internet, so it wasn't a huge problem. But damn it was 70 gigabytes there. Okay. It's okay. But yeah, so see you in hell in June.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, sorry. Now I have. Where does your gamer tag come from? Why equinox?
It's a pretty nerdy thing.
Yeah.
It's from Star Trek Voyager. Star
Okay.
Trek Voyager has an episode named Equinox,
Okay.
where I don't know. Are you familiar with the plot of Voyager?
Me, no.
No, no,
I
no.
am not
Okay.
so familiar with
So
Star Trek.
the
Sorry.
Voyager is a spaceship, and it gets
Yeah.
stranded millions of kilometers, 70,000 light years away
Okay.
from their original destination, and
Okay.
they try to make it home.
Yeah.
And in their delta quadrant, where they are, they find another starship, the Equinox, that
Okay.
also tries to make it home, because they had a similar incident, like the
Okay.
Voyager. But the people of the Equinox use alien bodies to fuel their starship to make it faster.
Okay.
They are completely unethical. And at that time, it seemed like an obvious choice for some reasons. But I also try to fit it as short as possible, so it's a 5-digit gamer tag.
Yeah.
And I put the A in front, so for one reason, to make it different from the usual Equinox
Yeah.
gamer tags that you'll see. And so it would be listed first in almost every
Yes.
list.
Yeah. Of course. So maybe
Like when I go online in the Discord, I'm like always top of
the
the
first. Yeah. I start with R. So yes, I'm pretty low. Maybe I should have AAA Robbie. I would change my gamer tag. Okay, so now I have a question, the question that everyone needs to think a little before answering. What does Forza mean to you?
Forza is community.
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of things in Forza, and we'll talk about that in a moment, I guess. But first and foremost, it's about helping each other in the game to progress for me. Like we do the trials together, and of course you have the teammates that ram you out of checkpoints and such. But especially this week, I ran the trial like 4 times already, and I always try to hold up AI so that the persons that chose untuned cars or are not able to drive as well can pass the AI. And even then I hold them further back, because when our teammates miss a checkpoint or something, they get back to the pack. So I just try to get in front of the AI as fast as possible and then just block.
Yeah, slow them down. Yeah.
It's the same in several different other things. Like, of course, you can race against each other, but I have more fun if we race together towards the goal.
Yeah. When I was doing this yesterday, I was doing the festival playlist with my friends, and then we got to do the trial. And then, of course, I didn't have a tuned car. And then my friend said, "Don't worry, Robbie, we got you. We do it." And then I said, "Well, honestly, even though I had a tuned car, you guys would have done it." I mean, I'm very slow. It doesn't matter which tune I'm using. I am never able to be as fast as everyone else. I don't know. I think it's a talent I have to be slow.
It's just like that. I mean, it's also like you mentioned, you were doing the playlist with friends. Every Thursday I get together with my friends from all over the country, and we meet in voice chat and we talk about what happened in the lives of each other throughout the last week. And yeah, it's like We had LAN parties when I was young, so
Yeah.
but yeah, we had LAN parties. We
Yeah.
were meeting with the whole computers in some
Yeah.
halls or in the at a friend's house or something.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's online, but it's the same feeling. You hang out in voice chat.
It's true. Yeah.
You record the clips when someone flew off track
Yeah.
intentionally or not, and you share that with each other, and yeah, you just have fun and have laughs, and it's just
Yeah.
great.
I also think it's very nice to play with my friends every day, every week. We just meet and hang out and do everything, and then it's fun and make fun of each other. So that's nice. I really like it. It's nice. That's why I really like a festival playlist. So every week we have a reason to meet and do something together. So now let's talk about you and what you do for Forza. So you are a painter, you make YouTube videos, you take photos, you tune cars, you are a driver and a fast one as well. So what can't you do on Forza?
Get all the accolades.
Okay.
I'm missing I'm missing like 8 accolades.
Okay.
And they are all in the Eliminator.
Okay.
I just can't do the Eliminator.
But so it's because you don't like the Eliminator.
I only play it when it's on the playlist.
Okay.
And, it's usually this get 30th and then drive out of the arena to complete the playlist.
Yeah.
But a few weeks ago or month, it was this get an ultimate or get an awesome speed skill in the Eliminator.
Oh.
And like to get this speed skill, and it was only a daily, it was only worth 1 point. But throughout all the 2021 series we're in, I've missed like a total of 5 or 8 points. And I wanted this one daily. And I was just looking for car drops, like something fast. And no car did this speed skill until I finally found Murcielago. And then I got the speed skill, and I thought, okay, let's challenge this guy. And then I won against him, and then challenged another person. Then I won the Centenario, and I was like, okay, the finishing zone will be on the highway. Like, let's try this. And this was the first and only time I won the Eliminator.
Okay.
But
nice.
It was just pure coincidence that I actually did it, and it's not based on my skill in this game.
I think I used to play a lot more Eliminator in Forza Horizon 4. I used to stream just playing Eliminator because I thought it was so much fun. But I think sometimes it's just luck. It's not skills. It will always depends on which car you are going to find, and when you are racing against other people, if you know the way. Because if you just find a wall, all of a sudden you're going to lose it. So it's luck, and it's not only skills in the Eliminator. But I really need to dedicate some time to the Eliminator in Forza Horizon 5 because I haven't done much of it. Unless it's in the festival playlist, and then, like I said, you just need to be among the first, third people. So, yeah.
I mean, one of the accolades is to win it 7 times, and that's just like, nah.
No, not happening. Maybe they needed to redo this accolade stuff.
One of my friends is actually teasing me with this because he's way north of 50 Eliminator wins, like 50, 60 Eliminator wins, and every time he plays for a day, he gets like 2 or 3 wins if he wants to. So He's just very, very good at this mode. And yeah, he's
I think
saying like, yeah, you have to join me, and I show you the routes, and
uh,
yeah, no thanks, but no thanks.
I think he keeps playing just so he will be able to tease you that he has so many wins.
He has fun in this. It's good for him.
Yeah. So, and among all these things, so that you do, uh, which, which thing was the first thing that you start after? Okay, it's okay, playing Forza. But what did what was the first thing you decided to do regularly? Work? It was painting, tuning, or the videos, or racing?
No, it was actually painting.
Okay.
The first, I think, half year or so of Forza Horizon 4, I had no idea what I did. Like, I was ignoring the playlist for several months and only accidentally got some points there before um, yeah, researched what to do and reached
Yeah.
out to Reddit and like YouTube videos and such, and always downloaded some tunes. When I did them myself, I upgraded to the max, and the cars were undrivable. Yeah.
Okay.
But in summer of 2020, I had some free times, and that was when this Pride Pagani was gifted. I
Yeah.
think you remember that with the
Yes.
purple front.
Yeah.
And one of my friends found this pretty cool looking, but wanted this on another car, like the BMW M6 Forza Edition we always used to farm skill points back then. And yeah, I said, okay, I have a few free days. Let me see what I can get together.
Okay.
And it was just like, okay, here's the livery editor, here are some shapes, and okay, I try to get through this. And I really made my life way harder than it should have been, because I was just focusing on the primitive shapes, like the squares and the circles and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a pattern on this car, like several small squares.
Yes.
And this is a shape in the livery editor, pre-made. I just had to add this. Now I used 27 small squares and placed them individually. But I finished this livery in a few days' time, and he was happy with that.
Okay.
But then I thought, okay, now I've started it. Let's see what else we can do, and so on. Yeah, then I read more about the livery editor. I watched videos. What other way more talented people like Stuzy or Fluex did in this? They have videos up, and I watched, and I discovered masks that you could use those to further manipulate liveries, and then I masked off the back of a car to show the sparkly metal flakes paint under it, and yeah. So I experimented and tried to replicate some liveries I found on the internet for Toyotas or for some other cars, and yeah, try and error and research.
So it wasn't so that easy for you to learn how to use the shapes and everything. You had some help from other other paintings, seeing what they were doing, how they do it, and since you named the PTG Stutzby, I guess you were talking about his stream with PTG Fox.
That was really helpful, and I think they were also featured on the monthly at that time.
Yes.
With the animation of the Hoonigan car on the livery editor, and that was so great. Just like, whoa, what? I can't even like fit two shapes together to make it over the fender
Yes,
without
yes.
distortion. Like, wow.
No, exactly. This video made by Peter Fox. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I agree with you. It's a very nice one. Okay, so let's talk about tuning now. Did you already know how tuning a car in real life works, or do you had to educate yourself about it?
Barely. Like, yeah, I like with everything. I read a lot about this from articles from others. Hoshi has amazing tutorials about this, and there's also Forza open tunes on Reddit. Like they have challenges for different tracks, and the thing about Forza open tunes is that they always list everything, like tuning parts, settings, and from this you can see what works, what does not. And there's also like guides about what does every tuning part do. And if you put the sliders in this direction, like what happens. And from there you can develop the tunes yourself to be barely drivable or to be actually accidentally good or on purpose good. Yeah, with my tunes, it's basically seasonal PR stunts, and I always try with the tunes to guarantee, it's not always a guarantee, but to guarantee that you get the seasonal target with this. Like there was a speed zone, the Punta Allen speed zone in the west of Forza Horizon 5, and this had to be done with an S1 donor, some S1 car type. And I chose the Nissan R390 GT1 and put so much downforce on this thing that it wasn't very fast. It really wasn't. It's not usable for anything in S1, I think. But you could full throttle through the speed zone and make it with 10 kilometers per hour over target, like constantly. You would need no run up. You would just zoom in, hold the throttle, steer through, and you would definitely get the target. And just like those are mainly the tunes I do. Forza helps me with this because every PR stunt in the last month has been as to anything goes, and it's a bit boring.
Thinking you to go to Suggestions Hub and talk about it.
It was more fun when you had to build like a B700 Volkswagen or a Trailblazer, and now it's just as to anything goes, and I use the same 3-4 cars every challenge.
Did you? Oh, sorry. Oh, you can keep talking. I'll wait.
Okay. So it's just I have these tunes published, and I can recommend them with good faith for most of the challenges.
Okay, so did you like when we for the trial we had to use a stock car for the race, or do you prefer when you can tune them?
I like the twist on stock cars. Like you had to build it to the stock PI. You could do amazing things with it. At one time it was accidental, like half a year back or so, and it was with the BMW M2. And there was the standard build, like A718, but if you put drag tires on it, it would drop so much PI that you could do an all-wheel drive conversion.
Okay.
And that was vastly superior for the trial, because with all-wheel drive and drag tires, we were just launching into the first corner and were in front of all the AI. And from there, you like I said, you could hold the AI off and all your teammates would pass it. It was an easy one. And just like this is one of the main parts that I like about tuning. All this tinkering, like this, how can I fit more power or less weight into the class limit? And okay, it looks weird, but we're using the heaviest rims and we're using the largest rear rim size just to get the last half PI to fit it into A class. That's just, it's like puzzling, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I can't imagine because I don't know how to tune. So, but so since you were saying that you tune just for the PR stunts. So since on your YouTube channel you have many videos showing people how to do the PR stunts. So all the tunes you show there and you recommend them are your tunes because
Yes.
So you said you can guarantee that they are going to be able.
I've used from time to time some other tunes, like for the drift zones. I can highly recommend Kenpai TDG. Like these godlike drifting tunes that he's shared. They are godlike drifting. Like,
okay.
Those are amazing. But for the drift zones, out of fun, I've built a Volvo 850 with like 1,100 horsepower or so, and it's at A800 PI, and I have several personal bests with this car in drift zones. So okay, it's cheaper than the Supra, so we will use this car. But like, yeah, I know the tunes work for me and they work towards the targets, but I also know that these are not the best tunes available. Like in the Discord, there's, and on Reddit, there's Sano. On Reddit, it's Tactical Carrot, who has a spreadsheet, and every week he recommends his own tunes or the tunes of other people, and those are the best tunes you can get. Like these work not only for the PR stunts, but they work in open racing and they work in seasonal championships and such. But the thing is, those are for DLC cars, or these are for exclusive cars, or for very expensive cars. And for my tunes, I aim to either have them for gifted cars, like the Bugatti Divo or the Mercedes CLK AMG GTR, or for very cheap cars like the Volvo. For a long time, I used a Porsche for the speed traps and some jumps even. And just recently, I chose to swap it with a Mosler. The Mosler is the cheapest fast car in Forza Horizon 5, and almost as fast as the Jesko that you can get for free from the V10 story, but you have to actually play the game for that. Otherwise, it's like 2.8 million, so a very expensive car. Or the Venom F5, and the Venom F5 is a Hot Wheels DLC exclusive. So
that's good to think also about it, about having cars that are easy for everyone to get them, because not everyone maybe has started playing Forza since the beginning. Some of them, they needed to buy the car, so it's nice that you think about affordable cars or cars that people can get easily. That's good. So let's talk about your racing career. So when did you realize you were a fast racer? Because you said you have been start playing very recently in Forza Horizon, and when did you decide to start joining races?
Like in Forza Horizon 4, I was mainly about PR stunt leaderboards. Like
Okay.
you could rewind and find some very weird approaches, and
Mm.
I was actually in some top 50 leaderboards on Fortune Island for Trailblazers until Forza Horizon 4 came to Steam, and then things happened to the leaderboards. But
Mm.
um, this is again some tinkering. Like you can, I go a bit left there, or I go through the danger sign from the complete opposite side as intended, just to jump further. And there are also dedicated communities for these leaderboards. They have their own video proven world record times and such, and they just ignore the leaderboards of the game completely and have their own rankings.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they also show their approaches and such. But Forza Horizon 5 launched in November of 2021, and
Yeah.
I decided in autumn of 2021, okay, for this game, I want to finally switch to manual shifting.
Okay.
I was always playing in automatic, and I said, okay, yep, I'm basically done with FH4. Playlists are repeating. There's no new content. I have all cars. Let's work on my racecraft.
Okay.
And I switched from automatic to manual, and it was devastating at first. It improved, and I have an Elite controller Series 2, so it helps that I have the back pedals for shifting. I just rest it in my lap on the couch and then shift with the back pedals, and it became natural. The next step would be manual clutch, but the same as with the switch from automatic to manual, I'm just not there yet. But manual alone is a big improvement, that you can choose to rev the engine just higher, or engine brake in front of curves and corners, and that helps immensely. And then, of course, with FH5 and fresh new leaderboards, I've decided to do rivals. And the really nice thing about rivals is that you have someone in front of you that's faster than you.
Yeah.
And you can see, okay, which lines does the ghost take through the corners? Where is the ghost braking? Where is it just zooming through the corner with maybe a downshift or such? And just learning from this helps enormously. And monthly rivals, lapping, normal hot lapping on the rivals leaderboards, and then again the tuning, tinkering. Like, you build a car for a seasonal championship. I usually don't share these tunes, but I use them for myself, so I don't run into the 500 tunes limit. And I try to get some good leaderboard times with these tunes. And I know, okay, if I come close to my personal best or even beat it, then it will definitely work in the seasonal championships. So,
yeah. Do you have someone that you prefer? Do you choose always the same person to try to get a better rival time?
I always choose one of the ESV guys, like Eclipse or Mars, like the fastest people on the leaderboard that I know have a legitimate time.
Okay.
because I know they have the best lines, they have the best shifting points, and like they play manual clutch, so they are of course faster than me.
Yeah.
They are also way better than me. But it's like when I drive on my own, I'm like 8 seconds off pace per lap.
Okay.
But then I follow a friend's ghost and beat it, and
Yeah.
it's like still 6 seconds off. But then I
Okay.
chose Mars as a rival and follow him, and I'm like 4 seconds, which is still way off, of course, and it's like barely top 1,000.
Yeah.
But it's just it helps.
Yeah. I mean, for me, maybe I'm like half a minute slower than them, so I could never take Marsh for try to follow, because he would be gone very quickly, and I wouldn't.
You go into the next lap, and it's just.
I wouldn't be able to follow him to see which way, I wouldn't be able. I told you I'm very talented to be very slow for it, so it would be very impossible for me. I've tried. I know my limits, so I just have fun, and that's it. I prefer just.
That's the most important
thing. Yeah, I am happy that I am able to be. I'm not the worst, but I am maybe, and okay, from 1 being the fastest, 10 the slowest, I am probably 6. So it's okay. I don't care. So you being so fast and so much talent and everything else, are you in some competition right now? Because okay. Oh wait. First, I know that you are in those enforcing the Oval Track Twitter.
Yeah, let's
rivals.
do that first.
Yes, and I have seen your name in top 10 already in 2 weeks, and round 2 and 3. You weren't in the first round, but I heard you were very, very close to being in the.
I think I was 11th or 12th or so from the times that I saw in the replies.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just, this was a very fun challenge because as I mentioned earlier, you sometimes choose to use the heaviest rims and then increase the tire size and such things. And for the A class and B class leaderboards, and also for the S1, but for the A class and B class, it was more fun. I've built my own car, my own tune, just so I could fix 5th gear so that I could full throttle through the corners, but it would still not be at the limiter on the straights.
Okay.
Like the balance of these things, also with a PI efficient set of upgrade parts, that was a really great challenge, personally for me. And yeah, I was glad to make it to the leaderboards. Let's just say I think 7th it was on the latest. This was actually like top 50 on the world leaderboards. So I'm very lucky that not everyone in front of me submitted their times to the Twitter. I know, especially Mars submitted for round 1 on the S1 leaderboard, and of course he sweeped that. And after I saw this, I chose not to mention the A and B class competition somewhere. just in the hopes that not that many submissions will come in, and I actually could make it. But yeah, the times were also, they were okay. They were within half a second of world record, I think.
Oh, it's fast. And besides that, you are in some competition also at this moment.
Yes, I
Yeah.
participate in the Racing Haven Endurance Championship.
Yeah.
And here you
That's
can see the
delivery.
car that
Yeah.
I'm using in a safe in this world, safe in
Yes.
our world
Saving our
livery
world. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm sporting in your honor. It has
Yeah.
donate
That's
to
very
Robi
nice.
for TV on the back,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It
that
was
will
very
be on
nice.
stream for the for the whole race.
Yes, thank you. It's very beautiful. I like it. Thank you. It was very nice when you told me you have done it.
And
It
the
was,
championship is also it's great fun. It's
mm,
super professionally organized, and it's 5 cars you can choose from. The Porsche
okay.
is one option,
Yeah.
and all of these 5 cars are carefully balanced and rebalanced after each race, so they are equal pace. Like
Okay.
the fastest drivers in the competition test these cars, and they try to get them within zero point 0.1 or
Mm.
0.05 seconds for a lap, so
But
that it's guaranteed that these cars, differently that they are, like the Porsche is rear
mm,
engine, rear wheel drive, and there's a Mercedes SLS AMG with front engine rear wheel drive and like heavy weight on the front and such, and they all drive very differently, but they have
mm.
equal pace.
But for this competition, can you choose the tune or you have to use the tune that they tell you to use?
So the builds are the parts you have to use what they tell you, just to
Okay.
make sure they are balanced in power and weight.
Okay.
But then you can choose basically everything else for yourself, like how
Okay.
much downforce do you want?
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
how do you want the gears?
Yeah.
Which tire pressure,
Okay.
camber,
Okay. Okay.
anti-roll bars, all these settings in the custom tuning, these are all for you to decide, or the helpful community of Racing Haven has tunes shared, like tune settings that you can use.
Okay.
I'm using, I think I based it on infamous VTEX settings,
Okay.
but um, I put the arrow to maximum, which is a bad choice. You should use maximum front and minimum rear or matched rear. But I have both at maximum because when I run it in the other configuration, I just miss every checkpoint.
Okay.
And I'm now for the next race, I qualified with a 132.
Okay.
And the fastest laps in the fastest division are at like 125.5, 125.4. So I'm
Okay.
like 6.5 seconds off pace. But the beauty of this league is that it has 3 divisions. Like
Okay.
you do a placement track, and the placement track has car and tune locked. Like you have to use this car with this tune on this track to
Okay.
see what your pace is. And yeah, based on your total time, you get placed in a division.
Okay.
To get
Okay.
in the fastest division, you have to have a time below, I think it was 9 minutes 10
Okay.
on a 6 lap track. Then you have another 10 seconds for the second fastest, and
Yeah.
everything that's slower than 9:20 is the slowest division.
Okay. Okay. So everyone have more or less the same pace
Yeah.
in the division. Yeah, that's nice.
Also within these divisions, there are different heats. So,
Oh.
like we are about 100 drivers, more or less, 100, and of course you have more players in the lowest division.
Yeah.
But then in qualifying, you determine in which heat you start. Like Forza
Okay.
Horizon has a convoy size of 12, and
Yeah.
that's your heat size. You can't go above that. It's not possible for all 30 drivers to start in one race.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think for some motorsport is 27 people in
Yeah,
the same.
it's a lot more.
Yeah.
So we have these 12 people grids,
Mm.
and your qualifying time determines in which heat you start. And I'm
Okay.
like, in race one, I was, of course, lowest division because I
Mm.
placed with a 947 or something. So I was
Yeah.
way, way off.
Yeah. Wait.
Uh, and in race one, I was like heat two. And
Mm.
for race 2 and 3, I was heat 3. So
Mm.
like of these, you say I'm a very fast driver, and from these 100 participants, I'm like bottom 15.
Oh, for me, you are very
But,
fast.
but yeah, I was running the track and car with our friends.
Mm.
When we were done with the seasonals, I said, okay, let's jump into this car. You borrow the convoy's leader's car, like mine, and
Mm.
then we'll do this track, and you have no idea how the car is going to drive, and you have no idea how the track looks, and
Yeah.
let's see what time you do get. And I was like running a 135, and my friends were all like 10 seconds a lap slower. And yeah,
Yeah.
you get humbled really quick in these leagues,
Yeah.
but that's a good thing. Like I know I'm slow. I'm fast enough for AI, but even in Horizon Open, I'm constantly mid-pack, like 4th, 5th place.
Okay.
But it's fun to race against
Yeah, I
other.
know.
Like you try. We have a heavy emphasis on clean racing. Like every race should be streamed. It's encouraged that you stream your own point of view for these races.
Mm.
So if anything happens during the races, you can submit a clip to race control. And depending on how severe the infraction was, you get like time penalties, or you get even disqualified from the race.
Yeah.
Like you have to do clean racing, and that's something that the AI in Forza Horizon 5 does not do, and
Yes.
it's a very refreshing change.
It's true.
And it's
They
also
don't do it.
like, the seasonals in Forza Horizon 5, they are very short.
Mm.
Event laps are about 5 minutes. Seasonals, when you do them in co-op, you win 2 races and then you're done with them.
Mm.
These races are 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 40 laps on a track, and you have to concentrate for every second of it, to not lose a checkpoint, to not ram an opponent, to
Oh.
not mess up your race. And
So when you are
tough.
in this, when you are in the middle of a race, you are not in a party chat talking to other people.
No.
No.
And in the last race, there was actually someone in voice chat constantly talking, and it's just, I was waiting for long enough straight to deafen my headset. Just throw it off.
Yeah, that I understand. We need to concentrate. I mean, when I'm just playing for fun, I needed to see what I'm doing, because I never know what I'm doing. And okay, I just want to finish, because in my case, when I'm playing with my friends, the only thing I want is to finish the race, because they are so much faster than me that often I don't finish the race. So I need to be. Yes, you can see how terrible I am, how
I
slow
mean,
I am.
yeah, but at 50 minutes, or in our division, it's like 55, 56 minutes, because
Yeah.
there's a high chance that not everyone finishes
Yeah,
within
I know.
33 seconds of the leader. And like in the last race, I think everyone but the leader DNF'd.
Okay,
And
he was fast.
I came in second, third,
Mm-hmm.
but second was disqualified for choosing the wrong car.
Okay.
You have to commit to the car that you chose. So I'm with Porsche for the season,
Okay.
unless I use my one swap for the season.
Yeah.
But I am Team Porsche, and I can't choose a Ferrari for the race. Like,
Okay.
I get disqualified. So I came in second, but I think everyone but the leader DNF'd. He was just running away, and I left 6th place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some people, it's amazing how fast they can be. It's just amazing.
I mean, for me, it was great. It was a really great race because in all these 55, 56 minutes, I did not miss one single checkpoint.
That's nice.
Not one. And like every checkpoint that the others missed, they cost them 7 seconds, 7 to 10 seconds a lap.
It's a lot,
and that's a lot. And not missing a single checkpoint helped immensely.
Maybe
so I hope to replicate this for the next race. But...
Yeah, because maybe you don't even need it to be the fastest. It's just don't miss the checkpoint. It's already good enough.
Yeah, and consistency. That's something I'm actually severely lacking. I'm severely lacking consistency. I can't do the same lines twice on a lap. Like,
Well, just keep racing, and then you are.
Yeah.
You'll be doing better, and will improve, and everything. That's important.
I'm now. What did I say? 2019. So I'm like 4 years into Forza, and my 2019 self wouldn't stand a chance against me now. Self-improvement.
So even though I am slow, I have improved a lot also in Forza. So yes, I when I start playing, I had all the assists on. I don't use any assists now. Okay, I use automatic when I'm racing, when I'm just for fun. When I do rivals, I go in with the manual. But if I'm just racing around with my friends, I go automatic, but I don't have any assist. So I think also it's a very good improvement from when I started Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah.
So yes, it's my personal improvement. It makes sense. Yeah.
That should be the benchmark. Like you can always try to compare yourself with other people.
Yeah.
But if you've improved your yesterday's self, let's say that, it's already a win.
Yes. Right? Yes. It's better just to compare me to myself, and yes. Robi 2023 is much better than Robi 2018. That's for sure.
That's I've mentioned this with the seasonal tunes for the rivals. In these cases, I'm always running against my own ghost. So if I can beat my own ghost with a seasonal tune, great. Whoop. But if I at least get a similar pace to myself for this, I know that I can make it in the championship.
Yeah, that's very good. But Equinox, well, I think that's it. I think this is the longest episode I have ever had in this podcast.
It was fun talking to you.
Yeah, it's nice to have someone that likes to talk, because it's nice to have so much to talk, and it was very nice. Thank you very much for being here and sharing everything with me. Thank you for delivery. It's very beautiful, and I really hope also people from Saving How World they see it. We needed to make posts and thank them. And thank you very much.
Send the donation link everywhere.
Yes, please donate.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Also, the link for donating will be here under May 2023. You can donate, and it's very nice. They help people with their mental health. Mental health matters. Just people need to know that. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and for you, it's just 2 clicks. And thank you very much, and see you around, everyone, and see you around Equinox, and see you on next episode, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.